Wasabi gangsters. Hey, it's me, Chance, Dillon, here to talk about books. So let's just get into what I read real quick. You see behind me, there's a bit of a haul. I'm going to get to that after I do my little reading update, and then I'm going to do my writing updates after I do the haul here, which is quite significant. So first things first, my main read is Toll the Hounds by Steven Erikson. I'm about 30-some-odd% of my way through this puppy. There's a perspective that was introduced at this point. I'm trying to remember if earlier in this book she gets introduced, but I know for a fact she was brought in more heavily in Bone Hunters and in Reaper's Gale. It's a particular witch that is opening the door for some outside perspective, per se, and it's making the story very interesting. Now, I don't want to get too much into it because it is a 7th book in a series. Is it 7th or 8th? Oh my gosh. Toll the Hounds is the 8th book in Malazan Book of the Fallen, and I'm over here saying it's the 7th, right? It is the 8th. I think it's the 8th. Wow, that's crazy. I should have known that. Because Toll the Hounds, Dust of Dreams, Crippled God. Yeah, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Did I have that right? I don't know. Someone in the comments is definitely going to correct me. So I'm going to move on from that because, again, we're deep in the series right now, and I don't want to give anything away. I'm seeing the scope of this world sort of unfold a little bit more. We're starting to see that convergence that people talk about when they talk about Malazan, but at a greater scale at this point in the story. And then I'm also reading The Invisible Life of Adie Larue. And I actually have a few quotes I pulled from this. I'm about 10 or some odd % into this story, and I'm loving it so far. V.E. Schwab's prose is fantastic, and I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of some lines that really stick out to me in her prose. A lot of the lines that are delivered, I'm not doing one of them now, but they're very poetic, and maybe I am. Stories are a way to preserve oneself, to be remembered and to forget. That is one of my favorites, I think, that stuck out to me vividly. And then books, she has found, are a way to live 1,000 lives or to find strength in a very long one. I don't know. Those just really resonated with me. I'm enjoying Invisible Life of Adie Larue so far. I'm doing it mostly on audio, and I do pick this up and read it on there every once in a while. Toll the Hounds I am doing immersively by reading both physically and on audio at the same time. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of a haul because I picked up a few books, per se. So I had here the Of Darkness and Light by Broken Binding. This is one of the most beautiful editions, I think. I got a few here. These Sun Eater ones are amazing. The ones I talked about last week from the Farseer trilogy are unreal. I'm just very fortunate to be able to snag these. But yeah, this Of Darkness and Light edition is something else. This is the one that made me wish I really got a Blood and Fire. For those of you interested in indie books, I mean, there is just something so amazing about this, the story itself. And I have yet to get to Vampires and Dust. I have it on my shelf over there. It's on the list of something I got to get to soon. As soon as I think I'm caught up with Malazan, that might be how I catch up with A Blood and Fire. So that is a most recent pickup. I got, of course, the Broken Binding Sun Eater editions here, Kingdoms of Death and Ashes of Man. I mean, just the artwork and everything in these books is so unreal. The naked hardback of Ashes of Man is actually one of my favorite scenes in the entire series, and I don't want to show it because it is and it isn't. I don't know. I don't want to show it. I'm just going to keep it there. And then Kingdoms of Death. I mean, this cover is unreal. I mean, absolutely unreal. All the artwork, everything about the Sun Eater series. Obviously, you can see I changed my my ground up here to be Sun Eater and Malazan primarily. There we go. Sliding it back there. There we go. Okay. So now we got the little character piece up there. Okay, so that's that. And then I picked up a bunch of Cormac McCarthy books, the Picador editions. I've read some of these. All the Pretty Horses I've read, and The Road I've read. No Country for Old Men is on the list. The Crossing I Know and Cities of the Plain are a part of the All the Pretty Horses trilogy there. And this Blood Meridian cover actually is the cover that inspired my book, Mercy Tears of the Fallen. Heavily on top of course, Ryan Cahill's book covers. But yeah, so that character walking through the skull there and just all that was put into it is just beautiful. I love these editions so much. They are all absolutely fantastic. I picked up Cities of the Plain, The Road, All the Pretty Horses, Blood Meridian. I'll just fold it like this so you guys can see if you can. I don't know if the lighting will work there. Blood Meridian, The Crossing. I mean, that is so sick. Actually, let me show you I'll show you all the covers that way. All the pretty horses. The road. Oops. The road. Cities of the Plain. I probably should bring it closer, huh? Screwing up. And No Country for Old Men. There you go. All right. And here we are. Boom. Now, I'm going to do my writing update. That was the haul from this week. I picked up a decent amount of things there. I'm actually going to be a quick BookTube update. I'm going to be over on Preacher Reads channel tonight. Probably when this video goes live, I'll already be live on Preacher Reads channel to celebrate his birthday. We're going to do a live stream. He's doing a giveaway, big giveaway of some indie books. And I'm also recording something after this for a video that he's putting together regarding indie books, and I'm really excited for it. But yeah, let's get into my writing now. Dave got back to me. We're in the midst of the developmental edits for Ill is the Fate, Mercy, Ill is the Fate, the second book in the Mercy series. And things are going really well there. They're going smooth. We'll see when I hear back from him. As far as word count for book 3, we're still around that 10,000 mark. I actually wasn't able to dive into it this past week. A lot of things came up, and I just honestly wasn't able to make time for actually sitting down and drafting. Brain was a bit fried generally. And there's just like life stuff, people visiting, and sometimes you gotta take life as it comes. And being that I'm not in an official drafting phase right now, and I'm sort of just playing with it, I'm not beating myself up over it. I mean, I am a little bit, if I'm being honest, but not to the point where it's a big deal. I'm really excited to get back to it. Obviously, I poured I don't know how many thousands of words last week. I think 3,000 or 4,000 in the time that I before recording last week's video into it, just because I was really excited to get back to it, and I was getting into a rhythm. And I intend on doing that a little bit here today because I'm recording early this video, which is nice. And I'm going to get all my recording out of the way today, get that uploaded, get the writing update for my newsletter up. If you guys haven't subscribed to it, there's a link in the description below, the ChanceDillonAuthor.com to sign up for the newsletter. And I post those every Thursday around the time that these videos go live. Otherwise, my Patreon has it. If you're not looking to sign up for another newsletter, you can subscribe to my Patreon for free. And then I do the same writing updates on Friday. Just the newsletter subscribers get them early, and then they get different accesses as well. The art reveals that I just put one up for my Runeborn members over on Patreon. Robert Trotia just did an art piece for Ills the Fate, the very first commissioned piece for Ills the Fate. It's a Delvin and the Dawn Tree. I'm very excited about it. And it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, he blows it out of the water every time. And we have a couple more pieces that we're going to be working on together for Ill is the Fate coming into next month, I believe. We're going to start doing it again. I might at the end of this month jump the gun a little bit and get it done. But yeah, so artwork really is the biggest thing coming on right now. Stay tuned for next Thursday, September 25th. Mark your calendars. There may or may not be one of these update videos, depending on how much I read next week. I'm going to do a live stream instead, because we are doing something next Thursday that officially reveals the cover of Mercy, Ill is the Fate. So I'm looking forward to that. There's some things that are going to be happening around that for books 1 and 2. No update on the audiobook front. I have those percentage bars over on my website. They haven't updated this week. Unfortunately, there actually wasn't that much to update in that regard as far as progress, but things are steadily going. There's a lot of things as you get into self-publishing that I was doing this week regarding the books. It just happened to be, honestly, busy work regarding Tears of the Fallen, which is fine. It's just it's a part of the gig now. And that time is in lieu of drafting. Unfortunately, that was the choice I had to make. But yeah, I had to make it, and I made it. And I'm really looking forward to this process, the getting kind of more into this process and figuring it out as I go. Simply because once the book is out there and it's in the hands of other people, I was actually talking with Eric Bowden last night, who's also an author himself, a booktuber. There will be a video of him and I chatting going up on his channel, I believe, in the next week or so. So I'll tag him in the description below. You guys can go and check that conversation out. It was a great, about roughly an hour, maybe an hour 15 of chatting with him and his experiences as an author, self-pub, and then maybe he does some screenwriting out in LA and so on and so forth. It was a really good conversation. But yeah, and there's some more to come. There's more to come. I'm really looking forward to chatting with you guys about all the reads. We have the Tales of the Sun Eater Volume 4 going into my pocket soon. We have, I'm going to do The Rest of the Gods by Joshua Walker. I'm going to do the Sounds of Starfall by Scott Palmer. I'm going to do some of the more short story and novella reads in between my Malazan reads, which I know I talked about recently, but I'm just reiterating that here. So I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to do my 90-second video I do every week for the fun stuff on Instagram and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's all we got this week, folks. It's all we got. That's all we got. I mean, you probably clicked off by now. Or you skipped to this part because this is your favorite part of the week. Just that uncomfortable silence between you and me. And to be frank, it's also my favorite part of the week. I have some popcorn from Costco that I will be eating after this. And I put those like honey mustard pieces from the Snyder's pretzels, like the bits. And you just put that inside of the Himalayan salt and something or other popcorn bowl. And it's pretty dang good. Some cottage cheese, maybe some extra chips on the side. I'm just saying food now. I'm talking about food. A lot of food. I'm talking about a lot of food here on the Chance Dillon YouTube channel. Woo. All right. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that recording. See you guys next Thursday for a live stream and the cover reveal for Ill is the Fate. Bye.